After a great day at Sea Paradise, during my return journey to Tokyo, I decided to stop off at Yokohama Cosmoworld. Leaving Sea Paradise behind, the train would take me back up north, eventually reaching a station called Sakuragicho. From there, it looked like it was just going to be a short walk to Cosmoworld, but when I got off the train, the view that greeted me was absolutely stunning. The whole waterside area was lit up, and in the centre was the massive Cosmoworld wheel. I continued to make my way towards the park, passing through a shopping mall with a sculpture that almost looked like a roller coaster, until I eventually arrived and could see the park's signature attraction, Diving Coaster Vanish. Now, I'd only ever seen photos of this roller coaster during the daytime, so to see it at night was absolutely stunning. The signature splashdown element looked almost like an explosion with the way it was lit. I made my way into the park, passing by a log flume to take a closer look at the coaster before riding it. Similar to Thunder Dolphin, the coaster traces the perimeter of the park area, cramming quite a lot of coaster into a small footprint. The ride starts with a 115 feet tall lift hill before making a right turn into the first drop. After the drop, it goes past the giant Cosmoworld wheel and into that signature element of a drop into an underwater tunnel with a huge splashdown effect. Inside the tunnel, it's actually lit up with a lot of flashing lights as well. And after you come out of that, you go over a big airtime hill, and finally into a downward spiral helix. The ride has a duration of about 2 minutes, and covers nearly half a mile in track length. I thought it was really good fun and enjoyed it a lot, although there was one slightly unusual thing about this coaster.
So I just did Diving Coaster Vanish for the first time. It's quite an interesting coaster. Obviously the highlight is the bit behind me here, where it dives into a big hole in the water, and there's a cool splashdown effect. One thing that was weird though was they actually breathalyze you before riding. They don't let you have any alcohol whatsoever before riding, so thankfully I didn't have that beer earlier. So the helix in Diving Coaster Vanish is actually quite intense as well. It lasts quite long and it's a downward one, so the g-force and speed get even more intense towards the end of it. You do actually get a little bit of like the g-force grey out at the bottom, which is pretty cool. I'm not expected for this coaster.
Apart from Diving Coaster Vanish, there's actually 2 other roller coasters in the park, a spinning wild mouse coaster and a kiddie coaster. I ended up skipping the kiddie coaster, but I enjoyed the wild mouse one.
The wild mouse behind me was actually quite interesting as well, more than expected. It's actually quite an intense version of this ride. It's a bit unusual because the sort of spinning mechanism doesn't actually start you spinning until much later in the ride than you usually do. And the trims don't really seem to do all that much on it either, so it gives quite an intense ride. Some very intense spinning towards the end as well. It's one thing that's actually pleasantly surprised me, because as you do more and more coasters, some of them become quite predictable. So like Wild Mice, you kind of, even with those spinning ones, you know when it's going to start spinning. So this was quite nice to have something just that little bit different and catch you off guard almost. Just like with Diving Coaster Vanish, the wild mouse also breathalyzes you. It's a bit crazy. I mean, obviously you don't have anyone too pissed on a roller coaster, but a pint for a roller coaster is no bad. Okay, so it's closed, but they even have a beer terrace here. I kind of feel they're giving mixed messages in a way.
It's strange that this is the only park that I've ever encountered any sort of alcohol policy like this. Beer deprivation aside, I ended up really enjoying my evening at Cosmoworld. Combining it with a trip to Sea Paradise worked out really well, and visiting the park at night made it look absolutely stunning. I may have only ridden 3 different roller coasters that day, but between the 2 parks I had a fantastic time. If you haven't seen the previous video from Sea Paradise, why not check it out here, or check out one of the other videos on my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video very soon.